Are you pregnant or postpartum or a busy mom or really anyone that just has tight hips that does a lot of sitting and you're trying to figure out, what do I do? How do I get these hips feeling a little better? Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Sara. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I am a family physician, a wife, a mom of 4, soon to be 5, and an exercise enthusiast. Before we get into all the goods about hips today, I wanted to say definitely head down below and click subscribe, ring the bell if you've been liking my videos, if you like these kind of quick, no equipment, anywhere, anytime demonstrations. Definitely, hang out here for more. I'm posting a long video weekly and then I'm here every day in the short section. So for me, this is now my 5th pregnancy, and I have found with all 5, probably the area that gets the tightest and feels the most like it needs help is my hips. And I think that's a combination of, being up and down with my other kids, sitting with driving the big kids to school. Before, when I was pregnant with my first, it was sitting at work. These types of things where just because of your day-to-day life, things start to feel tight. I think inherently also in pregnancy, your hips and your low back can often be an area that needs some help because of how your body changes when you're pregnant. Your center of gravity changes, your belly is growing, and so the different stresses and pressures on your hips and your low back can really cause some aches and pains. And I have found some stretches that have been incredibly helpful for me that I really wanted to share. These are all super gentle, but you always want to check with your personal physician anytime, but especially if you're pregnant or newly postpartum, and get their thoughts on getting into a new stretching routine. All right, let me hop back to my mat and we will get started. And I'm going to try to stay in the frame. We'll see how we do. So the first one, we're going to get into a quadruped position. So you have your wrists, shoulders, and elbows in alignment. You have your knees and hips in alignment, and you have your spine neutral to start. This is going to be cat-cow. So you're going to inhale, drop your belly, and you want to drop it really gently if you are pregnant or newly postpartum, because you don't want to overstretch your abdominal area. And then on your audible exhale, you round that spine, just like a cat on Halloween, which is coming up. And then we're going to inhale and exhale. And this may not feel like it's directly affecting your hips, but it does. And it's also really helping loosen up that low back, which is so closely linked to how your hips are feeling. Inhale, exhale. You guys probably know what I'm going to say if you've watched any of my videos. 360 breathing. So that exhale is audible. You are feeling the corset muscle tighten around those abs. We're going to do one more here. Inhale and exhale. And I will link I have 2 now, 360 breathing videos below. All right, up next, I'm probably going to be out of screen partially. We're going to do a hip flexor stretch. So we're going to get into a 90-90. So I have my right foot up in a 90-degree, left knee down on the mat, 90-degree. You want to start with rotating that pelvis, sort of tucking it down. So your bum is coming with you. It's tucked under, and you want your pelvis almost like it's, pushing, tipping forward. And that's really important. You'll start to feel the brightness here in the front of that left hip. If this is something you haven't done on the regular, this may be enough for you. If you need a little more stretch, you can rock your hips an inch forward and actually then bring your chin to your chest. And you can do one or both of those and it will brighten up that stretch. And again, you're just breathing throughout. Any movement you want to be breathing, 360 breathing especially, helps with pregnancy and postpartum, but really for anyone. Inhale, exhale. And just a note, if you're somebody that has some knee issues, you can always slide like a folded up t-shirt or a towel under that knee that is down. Good work. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay, then I slowly kind of rock backwards, bring the right knee down and the left knee up. Again, you make sure you're in your 90-90, and you start with tucking your bum, rocking that pelvis under and forward. If that's enough, great. You can stay here for a breath or two, and then if you want a little more, you can rock an inch forward and tuck your chin. And again, the importance of breathing. You want to think about sending your breath to the area that you're stretching. And it sounds almost like, how could that ever work? And that's what I thought, but it absolutely does. Try it. And as you practice it, you will see the more you think about your breath getting to that muscle, the deeper you'll be able to get into the stretch. Awesome. Okay, one more breath here. Inhale, exhale. And I just wanted to say that I'm proud of you for showing up and working on stretching, because this is huge. Okay, next is kind of a way to get your glutes without doing pigeon. So as you can see with my belly, pigeon is a stretch that is challenging to do just because of the size of my belly now. So this is a way that I found I can still get to that similar outer glute area without crushing my belly. So basically, I'm going to take my left leg and I'm going to tuck it over my right knee. So I have my left ankle is kind of resting just above my right knee. And you should start to feel a stretch on the outside of that left thigh glute area. If you need more, you can lift your bum and move it closer to the standing leg. And again, it's inhale, exhale. And if you're pregnant or newly postpartum and you're short of breath stretching like me, that is okay. Solidarity here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And again, this is one in particular that I find is incredibly helpful. Just with the sitting, the going from sitting to standing, I find that this stretch, after I do it, I just feel so much more limber in my hips and back. And when I don't do it, I often will have tightness or even sometimes pain. Okay, 2 more breaths here. Inhale, exhale. All right, then gently get out of that, and we're going to switch to the other side. And you'll see what I do. I kind of have to lift my bum to get my leg in the right place just because of my belly. Whatever you need to do to get there is great. So now I have my right ankle just above my left knee. This side for me is significantly tighter, and you may find this that you have one side or another that's much, much tighter. That's okay. That's normal to have that. You just kind of work on it. Stretch it out, both sides. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And again, you're thinking about sending that breath to the muscle that's being stretched, which is the outside of the right thigh glute area. And you're going to be also always thinking about the exhale being audible, tightening up that corset muscle. If you're getting real fancy or you've had a lot of practice, you can also think on the exhale about bringing up and in your pelvic floor muscles and engaging those and making sure to relax, always relax on the inhale. So inhale, expand the ribs, relax the pelvic floor. Exhale, tighten the corset muscles, pelvic floors up and in, and think about that breath going to the hip. And I'm giving you a lot of instructions here. When I first started, I really struggled with having so many things to think about. So you can pick just one and you can slowly build and practice and add. And as you practice, things will start to become more second nature. It's all about just trying it. Speaking of that, this is a stretch called frog, which the first time I did this, it was like, absolutely not. This is not a stretch for me. But stick with me. If you've never done it, keep working at it, keep trying. This is now one of my go-to stretches for my hips because it helps just open everything up. And definitely if you're pregnant, this is huge because this can help in preparation for labor and delivery. So basically, you want to make sure your feet are flexed and pointing out to the sides, and you're basically resting on your sort of like the inside of your knees. And if you are just starting, this may be enough for you. You can kind of rock backwards just a tiny bit to intensify that stretch a little bit. If you are feeling okay, you can then kind of graduate to putting your elbows down on the mat or on the floor. And you're just going to take some nice big inhales and exhale. And this is one where the breath is so important. Stretching should never be painful, but especially if you're new to it, sometimes there can be, a level of discomfort, and breathing really, really helps with that. Thinking about that breathing. The other reason why I love stretching so much, and you guys keep breathing through this. I know I'm not looking at the camera. I'm here with you. I'm talking. I'm feeling it in all the places just like you. But another reason why I love stretching is because I feel like it grounds me. It somehow helps with my stress, my overwhelm. It just like roots me into where I need to be in that moment. And then that pervades kind of throughout the rest of my day. So that's why every single day I will stretch for at least 5 minutes, because it really helps my mental health in addition to my physical health. All right, 2 more breaths here. Awesome. Again, I know this is a hard one. Now, getting out of this, you want to be really gentle. So you want to come back up to your hands. If you had gone to your elbows, I usually kind of little step by step wise bring my feet back together until my knees are back, and then kind of just bring it together. Last one of my faves, especially pregnant, child's pose. This is another great hip low back opener. So knees can be out to the side of your mat, toes together. If you're not pregnant, if you don't have a big belly, you can have your knees closer together, whatever works for you. Drop your bum down to your heels, and then just walk your arms out forward. If you're comfortable, you can have your forehead on the mat, and nice deep breaths. Inhale, exhale. And again, you guys keep doing that nice deep 360 breathing. Think about your body basically melting into the mat. You should really feel those hips opening up. The shoulders will start to open up. It really just helps everything. So do a couple more breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Awesome. So how's everyone feeling? Let me know in the comments below or message me. Do you feel like your hips and your low back are more open? Are you feeling less stressed? Do you feel more rooted, grounded? Definitely keep me posted. So if you are into these types of demonstrations, you're loving the no equipment, anywhere, anytime type of exercise workout routines, whether it be stretching or strength, that are just simple. They're not necessarily easy, but they're simple to do. Definitely subscribe here and ring the bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. I also have, an exclusive email list where I'm going to be having newsletters and certain content updates Exciting things are in the works, so definitely head over to my website, drsaraionescu.com, and I'll have it linked in the description box so you can get on that list and you don't miss any of the awesome updates that are coming. So imagine if, in a few minutes, this is maybe 10 minutes of stretching. Really, without me chatting, you could probably do it in, 8 to 10 minutes. And again, stretching, it just depends on your body and how tight things are. But definitely, imagine if in this amount of minutes a day, you were able to have more functionality with your day-to-day movement, whether it be picking up an older baby, carrying groceries, no pain or less low back pain, less hip pain, less stiffness. Or it allows you to do the other movement that you want to do, like running or walking or playing with your kids outside, whatever it might be. How awesome is that? In, a short, efficient amount of time, you can see these physical and, like I talked about, mental health wins. Definitely subscribe here for more. Have a great day. Bye, everyone. Keep moving.